Hey guys, welcome back to channel Football Analytics. Today we're diving into the Serie A, Premier League, La Liga, Saturday and Sunday's games. You know the drill, so we're trying to get high value odds on this channel closer to 2. And we're trying to do single games and goals specifically, whether it be BTTS over 0.5, so meaning teams just to score, and over 1, which is special bet. Basically, you get a refund if a team scores 1 goal, and if they score 2, you win the bet. And if you want my daily tips, I'll link down below a website that has them, and also you can do your own predictions, where I'm actually currently in the all-time list, first place. So challenge me and see how it goes. So let's start off with the Premier League. Fulham against Wolves. Two teams that we won money on last week. Basically, we had Fulham BTTS against Newcastle. Odds were great. I think it was close to 2. And Wolves, we had over 1. They lost the game to Burnley 2-3, but we won the bet. And that's why I keep telling you guys to bet on goals instead of outcomes of games. You don't need to wait fully 90 minutes for the game to go through. If the team scores, you already won the money. So in this game, guys, I'm still waiting for Wolves to win a game in the Premier League. Look at that. Also, Fulham is doing terribly. And the bookies are giving us odds closer to 2, exactly actually at 2, for the BTTS option, meaning both teams to score. And Fulham has been conceding in every single game. Also, Wolves, look at that. The last 2 games they played, high scoring BTTS. I feel like we're going to get another BTTS here. So odds 2, let's double up our money with this bet. Now moving on to Nottingham against Man United. The bookies are currently giving us Man United the odds at 2-10. And for the first time in Amorim's Man United career, let's say, they won 3 consecutive games. Last game we had Brighton over 1 goal against Man United, and that also went through right in the end. They scored 2 goals. And again, guys, this game I'm going against Man United. The odds are not bad. I feel like Nottingham, how many win losses they have in a row without scoring? What is that already? 4 games in a row. That's not normal for the for a Premier League team. Look at that, 2-0 loss, 3-0, 2-0, 0-1. Guys, that's all in the Premier League. They have 4 consecutive games without scoring. They are going to be scoring against Man United. The over 1 option is currently at 168. I'm taking it. Over 1 means you get a refund. If they score 2 goals, you win the bet, and you can still lose it if they don't score at all. So I'm liking Nottingham over 1 against Man United. Now, for these 2 games, first of all, Burnley, we have a similar situation for Arsenal, but not conceding. Look at that. Look at the streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games without conceding. That's not normal as well. Burnley have been scoring the last 2 games. I feel like we could get a BTTS game here. I usually don't like risking when it comes to sports betting. I try to find equal teams and good odds, but in this case, it's not normal for a team to go 7 consecutive games without conceding. And Burnley at home, if they score 1, the odds are currently at 215. So you know what? I won't even take the BTTS option. I know a bit crazy, but a bit of a risk, but I'm liking Burnley to score a simple goal here. Let me know, guys, if you think Burnley is going to be scoring or this is a total stupid bet. For the other game, we also have Brighton against Leeds. I'm liking here simply that Brighton lost 2 games in a row, and at home they're amazing, so they should be winning this game. Maybe you can take this game live past the 65th minute if Brighton still hasn't scored, or if the game is still 0-0, or if they're losing. I feel like Brighton is going to be winning this game, but bet on the goal market. So Brighton over 0.5 goals to score past the 65th minute. Just wait for the odds to get closer to 2, because that's what we're trying to do with every single game, a single game to double up our money. Now let's go straight to Sunday. West Ham, Newcastle. West Ham still in crisis mode. 4 points in 9 games, terrible. Newcastle, as I said, we caught them with Fulham. They didn't concede last game because they played against Tottenham in the cup. Look at West Ham, guys. At home so far this season, 4 losses, right? 4 losses in a row. Also, they didn't score in 2 of them. And Newcastle, 3 wins in a row. Let us get a BTTS game here. Also, this one is a bit risky, but that's why the odds are also pretty good on this one. It's currently at 180, but I believe West Ham at home, hopefully they get 1 goal. Now, to finish up our Sunday with the Premier League game, right, because we got 1 more. Yeah, it's the night game. Actually, it's on Monday, sorry. Sunderland against Everton. 1 streak here, guys. Look at that. Everton haven't scored in 2 consecutive games. They do tend to play a lot of low-scoring games, and yeah, they lost to Tottenham 0-3, 2-0 to Man City. While Sunderland, they're currently in the 4th place. They still haven't lost at home. 3 wins, 1 draw. We're going to be taking the over 1 market here. I think BTTS is also not a bad play, but the odds are a bit lower. The over 1 market is currently at 190 for over 1 goal on Everton. Also, if you want to go with Sunderland, over 1 is at 188. Let's go to my favorite league now, the one we aced last week. We got everything right, which is the Serie A. And we are starting off with Saturday Torino against Pisa. We had Torino over 1 against Genoa. That happened in the second half. I knew that Genoa was also going to be scoring as well. BTTS was a good play. I'm sure a lot of you took that option. Now, Pisa doing a bit better. What are they at right now in the Serie A? Yeah, they have 2 draws in a row. The miracle against Milan. And I don't think they're going to go 3 games in a row without losing, because Torino at home, this is a tricky streak though, guys. Look at that. 3 wins in a row. I also don't like that, but we're looking at the goal market here. Man, Pisa is a weird team at times because they play 0-0. So I really hate that. Look at that, under 1.5. But in this case, I feel like Torino can get at least 1 goal, and they didn't score against Bologna, so that could help us out. So Torino, the odds are not great at all here. It's at 155 for over 1 market, but I do think they're at least going to get 1 against Pisa. So moving on, we got Fiorentina against Lecce. You know, guys, how much I love Fiorentina and betting on them, because right now they're in the crisis mode, but we're winning all the bets on them. We won BTTS against Milan, and they also scored over 1 goal against Bologna. It was a crazy game. They got like 3 penalties, and they played 2-2. They had a horrible loss against Inter, even though it was a tough game until the second half. I watched it. I'm an Inter fan. And against Lecce, I'm expecting them to finally have a win. It's going to be their first win in the Serie A. But even if it's not a win, let's take the over 0.5 market for the live option. So take it past the 65th minute if it's a 0-0 game, or only if they're losing. So Fiorentina past the 65th minute, the odds should be closer to 2. I still think Fiorentina is going to bounce back. They're too good of a team, even though their coach is Pioli. Now, I didn't even go to Saturday yet. I already started with Sunday games in the Serie A because I don't like them that much. We have Udinese Atalanta. Atalanta hasn't won 5 games in a row in the Serie A. They've always been draws. So this is a live option. This is something to consider because Atalanta is eventually going to win a game, but I'm not going to be taking it. And the same thing with Juventus. They have to start bouncing back in the league. They won against Udinese 3-1. And I feel like Cremonese has to lose a game because, guys, look at this. Cremonese 3 games in a row without losing. So I think Juve is going to win this game, but check out the goal market if Juve haven't scored past the 65th minute. Now, back to Sunday. Parma-Bologna. We caught really great odds for Parma BTTS against Roma the other day. It was over 2. And I feel like Parma should be scoring at home. They broke the streak. That's why we took against Roma to score. Look at that. They didn't score in 3 consecutive games. But I feel like Bologna has been overperforming a lot, guys. Look at this streak. They still haven't lost. I feel like Parma is going to get a goal. But at the same time, Bologna is scoring really well away. Look at that. Every single game, 2 goals at least. And I feel like they're going to score against Parma. So the BTTS option here, which is not my favorite play, especially in the Serie A. I don't like betting on both teams to score. I prefer to take one of the teams usually, but in this case, guys, the odds are at 210. 210 for Parma Bologna BTTS option, and that's what I'm rolling with. Now, the night game is between Milan and Roma. I would say that this is kind of like the fake Scudetto game because both of those teams are not going to be winning. The Scudetto is going to be between Inter and Napoli. Napoli is the favorite, obviously. But Milan, they might have a slight chance on the Scudetto because they only play once a week. They have no other cups to play for. So far, guys, I want to show you the streak. Roma, look at that. They're winning every single game away. Eventually, they're going to lose it, and I feel like this might be the game. When Milan and Roma play, there's usually goals, so that's good for us. Look at that, always BTTS. But I'm leaning towards taking here Milan over 1 without a Roma goal. It's a bit low. It's currently at 153 for a simple over 1. And then you have the option to take Milan live because I think Milan is going to win this game. Milan live, I mean past the 65th minute for odds closer to 2. But I'll take it before the game. I'm taking Milan over 1 here. I feel like they're the favorite against Roma. I'll be really shocked if Roma produces a win in Milan. I think it's going to be at least a draw or Milan wins. But anyway, I'm not that good in predicted outcomes. That's why I roll with goals. Okay, so moving on to the last game in the Serie A, which is Lazio against Cagliari. Look at that. 2 games in a row. Lazio haven't conceded. They've been really shaky this year. in terms of not winning games just in general. They're not performing as well as they used to in the last couple of years in Italy. And look at that, they're very close to each other in the table. Also, Cagliari haven't won a game in 4 games, so I'm waiting for a Cagliari goal here. I like picking Cagliari goal. The odds are always so good. And here we get, again, odds at 2 BTT, as Lazio's defense is not that great. So I don't think they're going to go 3 games without conceding. I think we're going to get a BTTS game here, and the odds are at 2. So as you can see, my tips, a lot of risky games. At the same time, you have to analyze the games yourself, because sometimes we have amazing weekends where majority of the games go through, but sometimes we have stinkers. Not always, but you know, these high value odds are sometimes tough in terms of goals. Now, as for the La Liga picks, they're going to be all on the website. Also, as I said, I might bring some Bundesliga and the French tips. I'm going to be seeing you in the next video, guys, and hit the thumbs up on this channel, guys. I'll always appreciate your support, and adios.